The sun was a cruel eye. It stared down day after empty day. No rain fell from the sky. The village of Viridia was dying. Slowly, quietly. Dust coated everything, a shroud over hope.
The river, once a silver ribbon, was now a scar of mud, cracked and ugly. Wells gave only echoes.
The old folk remembered rain. They spoke of it softly, like a forgotten dream. Children knew only thirst. Fields once green and full were brown and brittle. The wind whispered through dead stalks. It sounded like sighing.
Animals grew thin, their ribs showed. People shared what little they had, but little was not enough. Fear was a constant guest.
I watched it all. A boy, not yet a man. I saw the lines on my mother's face. I heard my sister's small coughs. The stories of the dragon's tear, a legend of the high mountain, began to feel less like a story, more like a desperate chance.
Leo made his choice in the grey light of dawn. He packed little, some dry bread, a water skin nearly empty.
"Be safe," she whispered, holding him tight. Her tears were the only water.
I nodded. Words were too hard.
The path up Dragon's Peak was steep, treacherous and unforgiving. Sharp stones turned underfoot. The air grew thin and cold. His village shrank below, a smudge of helpless brown.
I thought of their faces, their dry, hopeful eyes. The mountain was old, older than memory. It felt watchful, silent.
Strange rock formations loomed like sleeping ancient beasts. The wind carried no birdsong, only a lonely high whistle.
I pressed onward, upward. I climbed for days, or so it felt. Sunburned, then stars froze. My legs ached, my throat raw. But the peak was closer now, a jagged crown against the sky. I could feel something, a presence, immense, sleeping. The dragon's lair was near.
The mouth of the cave was vast, a dark, silent maw swallowing the faint light.
I hesitated for a moment. Fear was a cold stone in my belly. But the thirst of my village, the faces of my family, pushed me forward into darkness.
Inside, the air was still, heavy with the scent of age and something else, something wild. Deeper in, a faint glow pulsed like a dying ember.
I walked towards it, softly. My small steps echoed, too loud in the great quiet.
There, he saw it, the dragon. Scales like mountainsides, grey stone, vast, still, unbelievably old. Its head rested on massive claws, eyes closed, as if in deep sleep, or perhaps something beyond sleep, a slumber of centuries.
The dragon did not move. Dust lay thick on its hide. It seemed a part of the mountain itself. I stood before its immense snout. I was so small, a speck. I felt the weight of its years, the silence of its long, long rest. I had to speak. I had to try.
Leo found his voice. It was small, trembling a little.
"Great dragon!"
He began. The words felt tiny in the vastness. He spoke of Viridia, his home, now a place of dust. He told of the cracked earth, the empty, pleading hands.
The children, their quiet, listless play. No laughter anymore, only the small sounds of suffering.
He described the crops, withered before they could grow. The animals too weak to stand, the slow fading of all life. He did not demand, he did not beg for a boon, he simply shared the story, the pain of his people. His voice carried his own sorrow, a truth raw and unadorned.
The pain of my people!
He felt tears on his own cheeks, hot tears in the cold cave. The dragon's eyelid twitched, a slow, ancient movement. One eye, vast as a pool, opened. It was gold, like old honey, deep, filled with an old weariness. It looked at Leo, really looked. Something shifted in that ancient gaze. A change came over the dragon. A tremor ran through its stone-like scales. From the corner of its ancient eye, a single tear welled. Large, glistening, heavy. It gathered, then fell, splashing softly on the cave floor. Not with fire, but with sorrow.
Then another tear followed, and another. A slow, steady weeping. Each tear was pure, clear. They fell like a soft rain.
Inside the dragon's heart, a long frozen grief had thawed, stirred by the boy's honest pain. The dragon's tears did not stay. They became mist, then cloud. The cloud drifted from the cave out over the barren peak. It grew darkened, heavy with promise. It moved towards the thirsty valley, towards Viridia waiting below. Hope carried on the wind.
Rain began to fall on Viridia, soft at first, then stronger. People emerged from their homes, faces turned upwards, disbelieving. Then joy, pure, unbridled joy.
The land drank, the people drank. Leo returned to a greening world. He knew sharing pain opened hearts and brought healing to all.